Drum Talk Studios. This is actually Sanctuary Sound Studios for all you guys out there in YouTube land. I do all my drum covers here, but I met Drew right before Christmas, and he called me up. Actually, he put an ad in Craigslist. Here's the story. He put an ad in Craigslist, and a good friend of mine, John Favicchia, who I'm also planning on doing an interview with, and he's a name from New York, he saw it and said, hey, you might want to give this guy a shout out and see if he wants to do it at your studio. And I did, and I sent you an email, and you said yeah, and we worked it out, and you're here for second time.
Yep.
So I want to do this for the first time. He did a bunch of stuff for YouTube and Instagram, and today he's back again for a second session. We've done a couple lessons, so I want to basically promote his channel a little bit. And why are you in the Miami area this week?
So I grew up in South Florida. I moved all around. I lived in LA, I lived in Nashville, and I was in a band in Nashville that I left because I didn't really see it going where I wanted it to go.
Right.
And while that was going on, a good friend of mine, Joshua Micah, put out a song called Parachute, and an independent radio promoter heard it, and he loved it, and he just took it and ran with it. And a few months later, Parachute has 1 million streams on Spotify, and his career is just taking off. And for the year that I was in Tennessee playing with my other band, I was talking to Josh, and I was saying, dude, if you ever need a drummer, man, if you ever need a drummer, you gotta call me. I was just harassing him practically.
Right.
And right around the time that the band I was in fizzled, Josh called, and he said, hey man, we're playing this festival in Texas, do you want to play? And I said, yeah, of course. And the show went really well, and now I'm playing for him. So it's a totally different gig. It's a pop gig where I'm playing to backing tracks, which I've never done before. Totally different animal. It's a lot harder, actually.
The whole time?
Yeah, on a click the whole time. And for a lot of the tracks, they leave the drums in. So if you're off for any kick drum or any snare hit, the whole crowd's going to hear it.
Wow.
Yeah, so...
Why are they doing that? It seems kind of Milli Vanilli, in this day and age,
Yeah, well, right now, it's just him and I on stage.
Oh,
so,
okay, I got you.
How I ended up in South Florida again was Josh is still home in Connecticut, and he's not moving to Nashville until probably February or March.
Right.
So I figured, why not just live back home with the parents for a little while and save some money. To me, it's just funny how we got in contact and we were talking, and it just kind of worked out where it was like, well, I have the place open tomorrow, and honestly, I wasn't even that prepared, as you found out. But I didn't.
Preparations kind of we're not. This isn't prepared either, so I don't feel too bad about that. So.
But I felt like I need to do this. Like, I just need to say yes, And also, I wasn't really prepared before I came in today. I called you 2 days ago, and I just felt like I need to make more drum videos. So I just called you and.
Well, let's talk about that. This drum video thing, this YouTube community, the Instagram community. How do you see that extending your career? Because you're really, I see you as having a career versus me, who I'm not looking at this as a career. This is more of what I do for fun. This is what I do because I want to keep playing. I want to get gigs in town. I want to give lessons in town. So I'm doing it for a totally different reason. You're doing it because you're hoping to extend your career, like a lot of guys. I know. Have you ever heard of a guy named Blair Cinta?
I don't think so.
Well, Blair Cinta's an LA studios musician. He goes out on the road with Josh Groban. Okay?
Oh, okay.
All right. But Blair's got his Instagram thing. Ash Schoen, who's a big...
Ash Schoen is awesome. I follow him.
Yeah, he's a big Instagram guy.
Is he British?
He's British.
Yeah.
He's from England. He's played on Adele's 21 album. I know he's got that one up there and a bunch of other guys. These guys are all going Instagram because they got to keep their following going. Even Vinny Colaiuta's thinking he's got to do stuff now. So it's a new world.
I think Steve Gadd is on Instagram now.
Oh, Steve Gadd's been on Facebook for years now.
Okay.
And he's on Instagram too, I'm sure. Yeah. So, but it does seem to be the way that the future's going. So tell us what your vision of yourself going using Instagram and YouTube and what you're trying to do. Because I want to promote your channel. That's what
Sure.
And you've been in here twice now, so.
Yeah, and I appreciate it, man. I see Instagram and YouTube as a way to just further show my personality to the world, kind of thing. I feel like it's an opportunity to literally talk to people one-on-one. I can make the goofiest, silliest videos that I want to, which we did the other day with that Iron Maiden video. And obviously, it's also an opportunity to just show the world what you can do. You know, I mean,
Definitely.
20 years ago, there were thousands, if not millions, of undiscovered drummers who stayed undiscovered because, you know, they lived in Africa or something. You know?
Yeah, no, you're right.
And now, you can get your name out there to the world. And what's cool is, it's not. I feel like there's room at the top for everybody. There are, I don't even know how many YouTubers that make a living off of YouTube. And there's always room for more. There's 7 billion people on this world. You know? Like, there's, anybody can do it now. And I'm really excited to see where it's going. And, you know, I'm kind of late to the party, I feel like. Because only in the last 6 months or so have I started taking Instagram more seriously. And YouTube has been in the last week, you know, since I met up with you.
Right.
But, yeah, I'm excited. I feel like it's a new world. So,
Cool.
yeah.
That's good. Gear. What kind of gear do you play? As you can tell, I'm a gearhead.
Yeah,
you can tell I am a gearhead. So talk about your gear. Do you have any endorsements or anything? Or
I don't have any. I want to get one from Zildjian. So I've only been buying Zildjian cymbals for like the last couple of years.
That's the way to do it. I thought I did the same thing with Sabians back in the '80s, but didn't happen because I wasn't in the band. You have to be in the right situation to get endorsements.
Right.
That's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
So what drums do you play?
I play Mapex Pro M, and that kit sounds way better than it should because I have destroyed that drum kit. It was an 8-piece drum kit, 6 toms, 4 up top, 2 below. I was 13 years old, super into metal, and I just wanted as many drums as possible. And maybe 6 months after I got that kit, I joined my first real band.
Yeah.
We were playing places like the Factory, the Culture Room.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
The Factory. Believe it or not.
Yeah. Which was really cool being in high school. Like that was a really crazy experience. But after the first gig, when I brought all 6 of my toms to this show, I was like, nah, I can't do that anymore. So now it's just snare, tom, ride. I have another crash, but I forgot it. So I have the Zildjian A Custom here, the Trash Former, which I like to use kind of as a crash cymbal, honestly, or just in unison with another one. And I have these dark hi-hats, which are super, super trashy. It's kind of an eclectic cymbal configuration, but I love it. And I got the DW 5000 pedal, and yeah, that's what I'm playing.
Good, awesome. Anything else you want to say to the YouTube community, and as you're starting your channel and pulling things together, what can we look forward to seeing from you, Drew?
You can look forward to seeing a lot of like really outrageous, silly videos mixed with a lot of quality content, good playing. I'm a musician first, but I'm also really goofy. So, and that's the beauty of YouTube. You know, you can really be yourself on that platform, and you don't have to really worry about impressing anybody. You know, as long as you're a good player, that's obviously where you want to put your effort in.
Gotta be a good player.
Yeah.
No doubt about that.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks for stopping down to the studio and
thanks for having me.
Spending some time with me, and try to get this out there on the channel soon.
Yeah, it was a pleasure.
All right, man.
Hey. Oh, one more thing I'd like to just say to add in. Yeah, and anybody interested, you can just look me up on YouTube, Drew Marshall Drums. It's DRU. Cool.
That's correct. It is DRU. So, all right. Thanks, guys. This is another Drum Talk. I'm going to be trying some more of these in 2018, so that's what I'm looking to do. More interviews coming down the pike. And hopefully I'll get some more drum covers from the Miami area. This would be kind of fun.
Oh, dude, I hope you do, man. I'm telling everybody I know about Earl. Like, this place is awesome. So.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks.